FBI Director James Comey has made himself politically relevant in a way that we have not seen ever.
Dozens of former federal prosecutors now blasting the FBI chief's decision in the final days of this election. Both campaigns are calling for full transparency from the FBI. Donald Trump thinks this is bigger than Watergate. So much at stake. With only 8 days left until Election Day, we have it all covered for you. So let's begin with CNN's justice correspondent, Evan Perez. He's live in Washington with more. What is the latest, Evan?
Good morning, Allison. Well, FBI investigators are now armed with a new search warrant, and they're beginning the work of reviewing thousands of these newly discovered emails belonging to Huma Abedin. Now, Abedin is one of Hillary Clinton's closest advisors, and investigators think that at least some of the emails that are now found are from an account that was on Clinton's private server, and perhaps they were ones that were previously deleted. Now, that's the reason why they're investigating whether it affects the case that the FBI thought that they had completed back in July, when FBI Director James Comey recommended no charges be brought against Clinton. Now, investigators found these emails weeks ago, stumbling on them as they conducted an investigation of Abedin's estranged husband, former Congressman Anthony Weiner. He's under investigation for allegedly exchanging sexually explicit messages with an underage girl. That's leading to questions from the Clinton campaign about why all of this only became public on Friday, when Comey sent a letter to Congress, days before the presidential election. Law enforcement officials tell CNN that investigators spent the past month doing a lot of work trying to figure out how big of a deal this was. Technical experts spent time cataloging the emails, analyzing metadata to determine that a significant number of these emails went through the Clinton server, but they were constrained by the fact that they were operating under an existing search warrant that was limited to the Weiner sexting case. Investigators tell me that they saw enough in the emails that they know that there may be classified information in them, and that some may not have been viewed by the FBI before. Now, despite calls from the Clinton campaign and from Republicans to provide more information, Comey right now has no plans to say more while his investigators are still doing their work. Chris?
And that's as big a story as any of this. The FBI director deciding to speak and now deciding not to speak has a lot of people upset and trying to understand his true motivations. Dozens of former federal prosecutors feel they know and they don't like it. They're blasting the FBI chief in a new letter saying that just shouldn't have happened this way. The new probe is obviously going to dominate the last week of this election. Let's check in with CNN senior political correspondent Brianna Keeler, live in Washington with more. Tough for the Clinton campaign to deal with the unknown.
It sure is, and it's also just so unprecedented, from the FBI director's actions to the fact that there's never been a major party candidate heading into Election Day who is under this cloud of an FBI investigation. So right now the Clinton campaign is trying to change the narrative by taking aim at Comey.
It's pretty strange to put something like that out with such little information right before an election.
Shockwaves through Hillary Clinton's campaign following a surprise letter Friday from FBI Director James Comey.
If she never heard the word email, do you think she'd be a very happy woman today?
Comey notifying members of Congress that the Bureau discovered emails that appear to be pertinent to the now-closed Clinton server investigation. Those emails found on a laptop belonging to Anthony Weiner, the husband of Clinton's longtime aide Huma Abedin, currently under investigation for sexting with a purportedly underage girl. Comey can't say if the emails are significant. They could even be duplicates of those already reviewed. Now, Democrats and some Republicans are criticizing Comey's decision to go public as political, worrying it could tip the scales in Trump's favor.
This is an unprecedented move, as your folks were describing earlier, because it happens close to an election, which is in violation of normal Justice Department protocol, and it involves talking about an ongoing investigation, which also violates the protocol.
Senate Minority Leader Harry Reid penning a damning letter to Comey, alleging that he, quote, may have broken the law by violating the Hatch Act, a law that prohibits federal employees from engaging in partisan political activity. As 100 former federal prosecutors and high-ranking Justice Department officials, Democrats and Republicans, sign a letter criticizing Comey's actions.
Hillary has nobody to blame but herself. Her criminal action was willful, deliberate, intentional, and purposeful.
But Trump's campaign hoping to capitalize on the issue.
We commend the FBI and the director on their decision to keep their word to the Congress and move forward.
House Speaker Paul Ryan called Comey's move, quote, long overdue, and he's renewing his call to suspend all classified briefings for Secretary Clinton until this matter is fully resolved. Clinton remaining confident that she is in the clear.
We've called on Director Comey to explain everything right away, put it all out on the table. Of course, Donald Trump is already making up lies about this.
Hillary Clinton getting some help today from Eric Holder, the former AG of the Obama administration. He pens a Washington Post op-ed today where he says that he's deeply concerned about what he describes as this vague letter to Congress. He says this decision by Comey was incorrect, and he says it violated rules, including not talking about an ongoing investigation, and then one that he put in place, which was not doing anything unnecessary in the lead up or around an election. That may be the question. Was this unnecessary? We don't know the answer at this point. Chris and Allison?
There's a lot of things we don't know the answer to at this point, but there are some things that we do know. So let's discuss that.